Hey everyone, it's June 16th on Read Through the Word. Hope you guys are doing well today. I want to encourage you that if you have a second, and I don't think I put the link in, and I'm really sorry, but if you have a second, hop over to gotquestions.org, take a look at the story of Naaman. Gives you just some background insight you don't necessarily see here in Scripture about this guy, and his background and all that, a deeper dive into it. It was an interesting read, and I apologize for not putting that on our link. This was a great military commander, and he is a guy who got a situation, and this servant girl comes to him and tells him, hey, I know of this healer, I know of this man who can heal you. And so Naaman makes his way, Naaman, or is it Naaman? Who knows? I'm probably southernizing it in ways that it was never meant to be southernized. But the point is, he gets there to be healed, and Elisha does not come out and meet with him. He gives him instructions instead. And he's quite offended. And eventually he is healed. But again, wonderful story. But I think about God in the story, and which, we don't read and study Scripture, though it is inspiring and it's instructive. We don't read it for inspiration and for instruction only. We read it to learn about God, the character of God, to see who God is and how He deals with things and how He expects us to live, and to learn about Him and how we should live, and know how He will or will not react to us in certain situations. There's just so much to learn. And in this lesson, for sure, I see how God must feel, and how He must, I wonder, I should say, I don't want to say see. It makes me wonder how God responds or feels when I respond this way. When I ask for God's help and He sends help, then how do I respond? I'm reminded of the story, and I'm going to butcher it up because I'm not a good storyteller, and unless it happened to me, I cannot remember details very well. But it is a story about a man that's, y'all probably have heard it before, that he's stuck on a roof. It's been flooded. His house has been flooded, and he's stuck on a roof, and he prays to God for help. And this man comes by in this little canoe, and he says, no, I'll be fine, I'm blah blah blah. And then he sends somebody in this bigger boat. No, I'm fine, blah 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 blah. And then he sends somebody on a helicopter that has a rope down, and for some reason he doesn't get on the board there. And again, I'm butchering the story, but anyways, he sends help. God answers his prayer, but the man dies, goes to heaven. Again, this is a story. God, why didn't you save me? He goes, I tried 2-3 times. Do I have a discussion with God when there's a blatant answer to my prayer? And I don't mean that we should not go, wait a minute, is this from God? There are times when we should go, this is obvious. He just did not like the manner in which he was being spoken to. Naaman, whatever, however you want to say it. He felt like he was somebody. He was worthy of being treated differently, and who are you, and okay, you should be coming out and speaking to me, that kind of thing. But just spend today maybe saying, God, how do I respond when I ask for your help? When I'm asking for healing, do I argue about your methods? When I ask you for leading, do I argue about the direction? When I ask you for help, but I refuse to obey you. And then when I pursue restoration and refuse to do my part of the work, how do you feel, God, about that? And do I do that? Do I sit here and argue about how you're answering the prayer? The direction you want me to go in, the steps you want me to take? Do I really have the nerve to sit here and discuss it with you? Like I said, there's a fine line. There are times when we do need to just take a minute and go, okay, God, I want to confirm this is you. I'm putting the fleece out, kind of a Gideon kind of thing. This is, again, so just supports why it is so important to be as one with God as much as possible, because it might be outlandish how it's going to happen, but it will be undeniable that it's him. And we will uncategorically be able to go, yep, that's him. That's my God. He brought it about this way. It's bizarre. There is a little situation going on right now with my daughter in her apartment, and something didn't work out, and she and her roommate are going to look for another place to live. And so she messaged me about it, and I said, okay, then we'll find you another place to live. But it's unreasonable, it's whatever. And I'm like, yeah, no. We prayed overnight for this. If it's this way, we'll do this. If it's not that way, we're going to go in this direction. It's pretty clear. Let's move on. This is God's direction. I have that confidence. She might not quite be there, and I'm so thankful that I'm her mom and I get to help in situations like this. But when we are there, we know. We know, okay, this is God directing us in this direction. He's keeping you safe. He's keeping your roommate safe. So this situation doesn't happen again, and you will not be harmed. So let's be in one with God. Let's not be argumentative children. And let's just know him to the point where we can say, you know what, God, this does not make sense. But if you're telling me to go wash off in the river 7 times, I will. I will. We'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.